Hello, welcome back to the Sing Confidently Live Creatively podcast. I am so excited you're here as always, and happy February. Happy Black History Month. By the time you're listening to this, it's February, which is crazy. I can't believe how did January go by so fast? I literally don't know. Please explain it to me. So, that's just it's just crazy. So happy February, happy Black History Month to all my Black artists out there, my Black singers, creatives, performers. Like, I want to see this month, I want to see your art. Like, I want to see you sharing your art, sharing your clips from your dance class, sharing your choreography. Like, I want to see your singing videos. Like, where's your original music? Post it, share it, put it out there. We want to see it. We want to support, like, and I'll be sharing my own, and that's on period. So let's support each other, support Black artists, everyone listening. Like, please support artists of color all the time, but especially Black History Month. Like, please, make it a point to really try to support your fellow artists, specifically artists of color. But I'm always here supporting all artists 24/7 and will continue to do so. So yeah. Anyway, yay, Black History Month. So today I'm really excited to talk about the topic of being a triple threat performer. Okay. Raise your hand, class, if you've ever wanted to be a triple threat, or if you consider yourself a triple threat, or you just desire to be a triple threat. So, when we talk about being a triple threat in the performing arts industry, in the theater industry, right? That means being able to sing, dance, and act. And that's like primarily the people that I know are in this community from what I've seen, from those of you who I've been able to talk to. Like, a lot of you guys are singers, yes, and you also dance and you also act, preferably three. Like, a lot of you, if you're drawn to me, probably are into theater and musical theater because I talk about that a lot. I love musical theater. That's the primary genre that I love to sing in. And I looked up triple threat to get some etymology of the word and like some background of the word. And so I think originally it was used in regards to like chess playing, but according to Merriam-Webster, it like the first definition is actually that it's a triple threat is a football player adept at running, kicking, and passing. But really, what it means is that it's someone who's adept in three different fields of an activity, or three different fields, or three different aspects of a field. So in theater, you're adept in not only acting, but you can also sing, you can also dance, right? Yeah, so I guess like for a football player, being able to do running, kicking, and passing. Cool, love that. Not a sports girl, but that just like shows again that ability to do multiple skills. It is an asset. It is an asset. It is an asset to you when you're able to do more than one skill, when you're able to grow in that. And I love to lump these together because specifically because I love the musical theater industries or section of the entire entertainment industry, because you get to do all three. Like, a lot of the times you get to not only act but sing, and even when you're singing, you're acting through the song, and then you are also dancing, and you might be dancing and singing at the same time, and you definitely are acting the entire time, right? So they all overlap, and I find that that's a beautiful form of storytelling, is being able to do all three. And so I want to talk about this specifically because some of you who are listening are wanting to grow as singers. So sometimes I'll talk to you guys like singers and actors, here are singing tips for singers and actors, because actors oftentimes will need to develop vocal skills, right? It's something that is going to look good on your resume. It's something that you might use, even if you're not into theater, but if you're looking into film and TV, it's still something that could come in handy. And also just being able to use your voice well and take care of your voice, because acting requires, use of your voice, right? Speech. And so being able to have a good handle on like vocal health, proper use of your voice, and taking care of your voice, even if you're not singing as an actor, is important. Now, for dancers, I don't know if a lot of dancers listen to this show, although I have had interviews with dancers, and those interviews you guys really like. So I think some of you are dancers or like are also dancers. Let me know. Like, you can come over to Instagram and DM me at Creatively by Estelle. And I'd love to know, like, are you a singer first? Are you a dancer first? Are you an actor first? Or do you consider yourself a triple threat? Like, I'd love to know. You can also come and comment in the Facebook group, Performing Arts Community, because I would really want to know. A lot of people would say that they're triple threats, right? But then they would say, I'm a singer first. So for me, I would definitely say singer first. And that just means like your main, like what do you feel like is your strongest like asset? I keep saying that word asset. But what do you feel like is your strongest skill? So if you said that you're an actor, you're a dancer first actor or a dancer first musical theater performer, then that would mean that you can act, you can sing, and like you're a well-rounded performer, but you just are like like strongest when it comes to dance. So you would most likely be auditioning for dance roles that are very dance heavy, or like roles in the ensemble as a dancer, etc. And that's like where you find yourself being the most joyful, and that's where you find that you have the most skills. Doesn't mean that you can't sing, and it doesn't mean that you shouldn't continue growing as a singer. Okay, and then alternatively, if you're like me, like you love acting, you love performing, you love dancing, but you might say call yourself a singer first actor or a singer first performer, because that is like singing is like your thing. Like you can just like sing, like you can just park and bark, like you can just stand and sing and you'd be comfortable with that. But you are also able to act through the song, and you might even be doing, singing jobs and work outside of musical theater just as a vocalist, right? And or singer songwriter. A lot of actors are also singer songwriters because they're singer first. And so yeah, it's just like a different way to consider your career or your creative outlet of like, oh, like what is the asset that you feel strongest in, but then you can still develop the other assets. It doesn't mean that you should let the other things move and fall to the wayside. And there's another term that I want to bring up here, which is that of strong mover. Okay, some of you guys know in the musical theater field, like an industry, and it's become really popular online too, to talk about being a strong mover, which is just basically someone who you're a dancer, like you can dance, but you're not like a dancer. You feel like you're not the strongest dancer. Like you can pick up choreography eventually and like you can do it to the best of your ability, but it's just not your best. So sometimes people say, I'm a strong mover. Like I'm good at moving. I can move and I can act my way through the dance, but I'm not going to be doing pirouettes, and like, I'm not going to be doing these high kicks and all that stuff. So sometimes I'm a strong mover, depending on the choreography. But yeah, so, but that's something that like, I want to keep working on. I want to keep developing as a dancer. I need to get back into class, like all that stuff, you guys. Hold me accountable. Anyway, so that's the idea of being a triple threat performer, is that you have the ability to do all these different, like these 3 different disciplines, but each one of these disciplines has so much in it, even acting. That's like, I still have so much that I need to learn about acting technique. A lot of it I just kind of like learn on the job, right? Or I learn just like in little spurts here and there, but like there's so much to learn in acting itself. Because there's acting for a screen, there's acting for on stage, there's like different techniques. And then singing it's a whole field in and of itself, right? Absolutely. And dancing definitely is its own field. So when you're trying to do all 3, it's definitely likely that you'll lean into one more than the others. Okay. So all that to say is that's what being a triple threat performer is. If you feel like you're one of those, let me know. I'd love to know which one is like your first one, your main one. You guys already know mine, but I wanted to give some tips for if you are not a singer first, like I am, but you do want to keep developing as a singer. You want to start singing. You want to sing better. You want to grow in your vocal ability as an actor and dancer, then I'd love to share a few tips with you. That way you can really round out that triple threat performer identity a little bit more. And, you guys feel free to share with me, what are your ideas? Do you feel like this is a good list? Or are there other things or other questions that you have? But if you feel like you're an actor first performer, or you feel like you're a dancer first performer, but you'd still like to grow as a singer, here are a few things that you can think about. And I'm just sharing this based on what I have seen, what I'm seeing, and what I'm learning as I continue to grow as a performer myself, and what I think might be helpful to you. Okay. So, yeah, as I always say, like, I'm just sharing from my own experience. I'm on this journey. I'm literally on this journey with you guys. So we're in this together. Okay. I'm also, it's just in the last couple of years that I've really started pursuing this career, like, professionally. And even before that, like, I had to go through like phases of like really intentionally seeking out developing myself as a singer, as a performer, just as like a creative outlet, right? I had to practice that intentionality. And so I want to share with you guys from what I'm learning and what I know. But literally, I'm learning alongside with you. I share with you guys what's happening and what I'm doing new and what I'm changing and all that stuff. So we're on this journey together. Okay. All that to say is, these are just my tips, my opinions. Okay. So if you want to start singing as like an actor first, dancer first, here are a couple tips. One thing is to start to incorporate vocal warm-ups into your dance or acting work or preparation or practice. So when you go to, like, if you are a dancer and you are taking dance class every week, once or twice a week, or you're doing like a workout, to continue to develop your, you know, do like strength training and stuff like that, cardio, to continue to maintain, your skills as a dancer and your physical fitness as a dancer, right? Or as an actor, maybe you take an acting class, or you are, as a dancer and actor, you're doing auditions on a regular basis, you're doing self-tapes, you're prepping for self-tapes, you're learning monologues, etc. Generally, you should be having time every single day. If you're performing, if you're wanting to do this professionally, I would say, you want to have time every day where you are doing something to develop yourself as a performer. And that thing could be going to an audition, that thing could be going to a class, that thing could be staying at home and working on a monologue. But I would say add in and incorporate to whatever that thing is that you're doing to grow in your craft as a dancer and actor. Just add in a few minutes of vocal warm-ups. I think that's a great way to simply incorporate working on your voice and kind of like habit stacking, stack that onto the work that you're doing as an actor, performer, dancer every day. So before you go to do your workout as a dancer, and if that's your thing that you're doing for your dance career that day, maybe do some, like, get some waters, get some water, get a straw and blow some bubbles and do some like sliding up and down your vocal and your sliding up and down your range while blowing bubbles into the water. That's a great SOVT. That's a semi-occluded vocal tract exercise. You guys have heard me talk about this before. Almost like a lip trill, or you can just do lip trills. You can do some breathing exercises. You can do some humming, start incorporating light vocal warm-ups into your whatever work that you do for yourself as an actor and a dancer every day. That way you're starting to utilize your voice more every single day in a small way. So that is my first tip, is start adding vocal warm-ups to whatever work you do as a dancer and actor every single day, or every time that you go to do it. If you're not doing this professionally, obviously, whenever you have that time to, to express that creative outlet, to take that dance class, maybe do some lip trills afterwards, do a little bit of humming. Oh, you just dance to the song that you love, like in the car, on the car ride back home, sing the song a little bit, right? Take that time to do something with your voice and connect it to your dancing, connect it to your acting in some way. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Let me know if you have any other questions, but I think just incorporating a voice warm-up is a great way to start developing yourself as a singer, whenever you are doing work as an actor, dancer, etc. Okay. Alrighty. And this goes for like, even if you're not a performing artist and you love to listen to the show for creative inspiration and you want to start singing, like maybe your other skills are not dancing and acting, but maybe you're a writer and you also want to be a singer and you want to be a singer songwriter, right? Maybe you want to start writing songs because you love writing poetry and you love writing stories, short stories, and even novels, but you now want to like kind of incorporate music into that. This is a great way before you start doing writing your poetry and before you start, exploring songwriting, start to do some vocal warm-ups to develop your voice, right? So not only for performing artists, but other artists, these are ways to incorporate singing into your practice. Okay, that was the first tip. That was a long one. Okay, the second and the last one are not as long. So my second tip is to find small opportunities to sing. So this can look like on your social media, on your website, in your local area, and with your theater and dance friends. Like just sing a little bit. Like after dance class, like, oh, we were all dancing to this song that we love, and we just like start singing it on the, on the way out of class, right? And that's a great way to just start expressing your voice, even in small ways. Again, singing on the car ride home, singing along, like as you are doing the dance, singing while you are dancing, singing the song out loud while you're practicing your dance at home, right? Or in front of people. Why not? Singing on your story, like writing or recording yourself singing a little bit of a song on your story. So find small opportunities to begin to sing. If you are auditioning for a play and usually you wouldn't, or maybe the play that you're auditioning for is a musical and you're an actor, and usually you wouldn't audition for that because you're like, oh, I'm not a singer. Try the audition. Why don't you go to the audition and sing a little bit and sing, especially if it's like they're only asking for like an 8-bar or 16 bar cut. That's a really short cut. So just sing a little bit at that audition and see how that goes, right? So those are ways of finding small opportunities to sing. That's my second tip. And then my last tip is to try a voice lesson. Try a voice lesson. Why not? I love sharing tips on here because I don't think that you always need voice lessons to develop as a singer. I think that if you go through some of the vocal warm-ups that I give you, some of the tips that I give you, the steps that I give you, like you can do some of these things on your own. And really, if you are consistent and you are committed, like you'll find yourself enjoying being creative and having that creative expression of singing from home, like on your own without necessarily even needing a coach. However, if you really do want to grow as a singer, even having like an occasional voice lesson here and there once a month, right, could be a great way to check in on how you're doing vocally. So if you are already incorporating vocal warm-ups, you're singing here and there, but you just want to see like, where am I vocally? Is there anything that I'm missing? Is there something that I'm not quite sure how to do this? You can check in with a coach. You can try a voice lesson locally, online. You guys know I'm a coach. I offer some voice lessons as well. Yeah, I do have spots open right now, but mainly I do focus on my course, because if you get into the course, then you get discounted voice lessons, and like I would prioritize course students. However, any one of you is welcome to come coach with me, absolutely. But you can even try like a local coach as well. And even if you just do like a voice lesson here or there, just occasionally, that's a great way to do a check-in and see, where am I vocally? What is this teacher saying that I could work on my own? Like I will give you a practice plan from day one, and you can literally go through that practice plan. I also send the recording from our lessons because it's virtual, and you can literally go through the practice plan and watch the recording. And that can be, if you are able to be consistent on your own, that can be your entire way of practicing your singing for the rest of the week, the rest of the next 2 weeks, the rest of the month, and then you do a check-in again. So trying a voice lesson here and there can be really beneficial if you are genuinely wanting to grow as a singer, in order to round out that triple threat performer identity. So that's what I wanted to share with you. So if you really want to grow as a singer and start singing for the first time or at all, as an actor and dancer, so that way you can really be a triple threat performer, then definitely try one or all of these tips. Number one was to incorporate voice warm-ups into your dance or acting work every day, or every time that you do the work that you do as a dancer and actor. Incorporate vocal warm-ups. The second tip is to find small opportunities to sing. And then the third tip is to try a voice lesson, even if it's occasionally, even if it's every now and then, just try a voice lesson and use that as like your check-in. I definitely encourage you to come over to the course. The Sing Confidently course is available for you, and it's like literally 4 voice lessons, like 4 sessions of me teaching you the step-by-step way of how to build confidence as a singer. Almost like me just talking to you like this. So it's really just, it's a way for you to learn to build confidence as a singer without a ton of pressure. And it's just 4 simple steps, 4 simple videos, and it comes with extra tracks and journaling prompts, etc. But you'll also get discounted voice lessons. So if you'd like to explore that third option that I mentioned, then come over to the course, and that's a great way to work with me as your coach. I also do live Q&A coaching calls every month. So that could also be your voice check-in. Like that could literally be your voice lesson every month, especially if only a couple people join the call, then you could have your own free coaching session. So that's just with the one-time purchase of the course. So I encourage you to come over to the creativelybyestelle.com/course if you'd like to check that out. Otherwise, I hope this really helps you like think about how to become a well-rounded performer. And, I want you to know, like, if you are a dancer first and actor first and you feel any sort of insecurity around your voice, I just want you to know that it doesn't have to be that way. It really, really doesn't. You are able, like, just like you were able to learn the skill of dancing and acting, you can learn the skill of singing. And I want you to give yourself grace and know that it is possible. And incorporating these few tips will help you to start. Okay. I hope this helps. I really do. Let me know if it helps. Let me know if you have any other questions. You're always welcome to DM me. I will absolutely respond. And you can always come to the Facebook group and let me know what you think. And hopefully I'll see some of you in the course very soon. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode and to this show. I'm so in awe of you for being here and showing up for your creative gifts. That takes courage. Don't forget to join the Performing Arts community on Facebook for support and inspiration as you continue on your journey. If this episode helped or inspired you in any way, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and share it with someone. It means so much. Thank you again, and don't forget to keep singing, acting, dancing, performing, and living creatively. Talk to you next time.